football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, finally, it's taken long enough, but I'm happy to announce and I'm happy to report and break down as well the fact that Vergil Ortiz is going to be fighting Eimantas Stanionis. The fight has an official date. It has been rescheduled. So y'all can say the date. It'll be April the 29th on the Zone. And thank God, because with the way Rick Morrigan was talking, I thought the wait was going to be longer. So, you know, credit to Rick Morrigan for allowing Vergil to fight now. Credit to everybody involved for getting this fight done, because this is one of the best welterweight fights on paper we've had in years. You know, this division, they call it the welterweight division because everybody's always waiting to get the shot to do anything big in this weight class. So it's good when we get matchups like this because they don't come around very often. But you know, some things have happened, like some developments have happened in the welterweight division since this fight was originally scheduled. Like, for example, it's reported now that Terence Crawford is going to be aligning himself with Golden Boy. That's what people anticipate. That's what they expect. There was that infamous picture of Terence Crawford in the Golden Boy offices with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Oscar De La Hoya has been very adamant that Golden Boy Promotions could give him a schedule of fights of opponents like Vergil Ortiz and Alexis Rocha, and they're very prepared to do that. Now, before we can even get to a Crawford-Ortiz fight or Crawford-Rocha or any of these kind of fights, you know, I think Vergil's got to take care of what he's got to do against Stanionis. Like, and that's not a gimme, because Stanionis, as I've stated many times on this channel, he's a dangerous opponent. You know, he can box, he can punch, he's strong. He's one of the more understated guys in this division because he's Lithuanian and maybe his name's not in the media, and he's not like, I don't know, he's not one of the guys that has as much money pumped behind him as a guy like Vergil Ortiz or Crawford or Ennis or Spence. So maybe sometimes he gets overlooked or overshadowed, but now it's Stanionis' chance to really go out there and make his imprint and make his statement in the boxing world. Because Vergil Ortiz, outside of the champions, is probably the biggest name you could fight in this division. He's a rising star of epic proportions in boxing. He's, you know, he's selling a lot of tickets. I've been to a Vergil Ortiz fight, so I know like what he draws, and I know what it's like when he fights in Texas. And you know, Stanionis is getting paid very nicely because he has the belt and he's getting that A-side treatment. But make no mistakes about it. When he goes to Texas and he fights him, he will be the B-side. He will be the not the crowd favorite, and he's gonna have to go in there and beat up on Vergil. Vergil Ortiz, I always rave about his jab because I think Vergil Ortiz has one of the best jabs in boxing. I feel like his boxing skills get so understated, they get so undervalued, and they get so overlooked by the fans and the media because Vergil Ortiz, in a way, like the perspective of Vergil Ortiz isn't a holistic perspective from boxing fans and the media, because he's kind of a victim of his own success, which is which is a good thing. What I mean by that is Vergil Ortiz is so good at knocking people out that people don't even realize that he's this really good boxer who's extremely technically sound with a world-class jab that which I believe alone could win him a lot of fights against a lot of opponents. And you saw his last fight when he fought Michael McKinson. Yes, he stopped McKinson like people think, but I'm gonna tell you this: there's a lot of guys who punch just as hard, if not harder, than Vergil Ortiz as far as pure one-punch knockout power. But a lot of guys who punch harder than Vergil wouldn't knock out Michael McKinson, and a lot of guys who punch harder than Vergil wouldn't even beat Michael McKinson, because to beat Michael McKinson the way he did, you would have to know how to set things up. And Vergil showed you in that fight he knows how to set things up. Vergil showed you in that fight he can think. He's got an IQ, and that's what I'm looking for. That's what really excites me most about the Stanionis fight. The fact that Vergil Ortiz is, I believe, at some point in the fight, gonna have to be forced to use that IQ and create openings. Not necessarily wait for the openings, but create the openings, because Stanionis is a high-level fighter with a good amateur background who's done high-level sparring with a number of professionals, and it's coming off of a really impressive win against Butiev, the same Butiev who beat the brakes out of Jamal James. And Stanionis, just especially as the fight went on, beat the piss out of him. So that was, to me, that was like a statement. It wasn't a statement to a lot of people because people like didn't know Boutier like that, but it was a statement to me because I seen Boutier fight Jamal James and I knew what he was capable of, and Stanionis really did a good job in that fight. So yeah, man, April the 29th, the Zone out there in Texas. I don't want to make any promises or declarations because I'm trying to go to Japan, but if I can get to this fight April 29th, then I'll be there, because this is a fight that's worth being at. This is a fight worth covering. This is a fight worth just everything in the world to be at, because it's two explosive, high-level, dangerous welterweights that I really do think are going to go out there and give the fans in Texas a great show and get the boxing fans of the sport a fight to remember. So that's the news, man. It's the road to Terence Crawford. It's the road to Terence Crawford for Vergil Ortiz. He wins this belt, Vergil. That would make him the WBA regular champion, which would basically mean that if Errol Spence is to do what we all believe he's going to do here on True School Sports, which is vacate all the belts that he has after the Keith Thurman fight, that basically means Vergil will be upgraded to full world champion. And I think what winds up happening is, if he beats Stanionis, he gets upgraded to full champion after Spence vacates. Crawford fights Rocha, he beats Rocha, and I'm thinking like either late this year or like within the first quarter of next year, we get Vergil Ortiz versus Terence Crawford in a unification fight. So ponder that one for a second. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Thank you for all the support on True School Sports. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.